last night about leaking those videos. I fell asleep. I said I was gonna link those videos in the Discord, and I just gonna lay. I was like, let me lay down for a second, and I laid down for several hours straight. I can't promise the same will not happen tonight, but I'll try my best to not do that again. Okay, now let me adjust my chair. This chair is slowly sinking, and I cannot get it to go back. It's one of those office chairs, but it just keeps falling and falling, and I can't seem to get it to get back up. The little lever thing, so that you can adjust the height of it, it seems stuck. I guess I ought to figure that out, but not now. Now it's time for sketching and art. Hopefully. This is an art stream after all. Art in quotations. Because my art streams never really wind up being art streams, do they? More so streams of consciousness. What is it? Consciousness. Streams of consciousness. With a little bit of art sprinkled in there. Just a little. An occasional little sprinkling of art. This song is very quiet. Okay, so let me see. Oh, gain. Because some songs are so loud, but some songs are so quiet. Hopefully that'll... I put a gain filter on it, but also a limiter. That should prevent songs from getting too loud. Okay. Okay, back to work. We'll see when another song comes up how that filtering works. Oh. Okay, I guess the song ended very abruptly. There we go. I don't know how one would pose. Next to a fence. He's leaning on a fence, kind of. I'm doing the sketch with such a big brush, I realized. Well, marker. This is a marker tool. But yeah. But I guess... I don't know. She's gonna... Don't know what to do with her hair either. I don't know what sort of hairstyle country folk have. I can't be getting sleepy now, not after how long I slept last night. No, don't do this. I will not give in. Absolutely not. No, no. I guess it doesn't matter too much what her legs are doing because they're gonna be covered by the dress anyway. I shouldn't. I guess I shouldn't fret so much, but it should at least be. No good with poses. No good. I really gotta get those art sessions. Let's art together sessions. Gotta get that set up soon. As soon as possible. ASAP. ASAP. Because I think it would be a fun thing to do, and also because I really, really, really need the help. I just gotta learn. What is causing? Okay, the dress. There's like so cute. I love this song a bunch. I'm sorry. Overalls kind of thing. Overalls kind of. They both have very cute dresses. Hello, Magrigas. How you doing? I made some promises last stream to post things in the Discord, but I fell asleep. So I will do my best to do that tonight instead of falling asleep, but I can't guarantee I won't fall asleep because I'm already about to. Yeah, understandable. Thank you. Doing good. That's good. Understandable. I had to cultivate a following of sleepy heads that will understand. I need a community that understands me like you do. But yeah, everyone here is very understanding. Everyone's been so nice and sleepyheads, rise up, but only after you've had a good night of sleep. Only then should you rise up and get to doing what you gotta get doing. Get it done, but only after you've had some good rest. I'm here for just a little bit, but good luck with not getting too distracted. I will do my... I will ganbarimasu to not get distracted. But that's not guarantee either. What sort of a hairstyle would look... What sort of hairstyle do these country folk? Why does Google always do this? It always freezes up in a weird way when I'm trying to search for references. And please let me know if everything sounds okay, because playing around with because the songs in my playlist vary from super, super quiet to super loud, and I'm trying to see if I can't balance that out with the filters in OBS, but I'm not quite sure if I can get it right. Oh. So now I sketch over the sketch just to refine things. Oh, let me save. Okay, sketch. Don't get too caught up in details. It's a sketch. It's a sketch mode. Also flip. That also helps. Let's make sure things are balanced. So we'll be kind of leaning against the fence, I guess. More cute bears today. Oh, hi Susie! And yeah, more bears. More cherished teddies that I'm drawing. How are you doing? And what a cute pogging chicken. That is a very cute chicken emote. As any emote with a chicken should be. Doing well. Good to hear. Up to anything in particular or just hanging out? Oh, working a little bit too much in the new Hades PNG. Ah. Better working... Wait. Well, I guess it depends on the situation. I suppose in most cases it is better to be working hard than hardly working. But sometimes you just gotta take a break, you know? Which I suppose you're doing now. That melody reminds me of something. Here comes the sun. I think it's Here Comes the Sun that like little... Doo, 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 doo. Yep, lunchtime. Oh, hope you're having a good lunch. Are you gonna get back to working on the PNG once you're done with lunch, or you just lunch and then other tasks? Yes, more PNG. Make some laundry. Haha. Tourist day. Good luck with your chores too. Good luck with the PNG. Good luck with your chores. I'll be doing much the same once the stream ends. If I don't fall asleep first, that is. I'm gonna try my best not to sleep, but things happen. Big ears makes her look like a mouse. Which is cute, but she's a bear. Oh, lag. I don't know how to make that stop. That happens like at least once every stream. And I don't know how to make it not do that. What causes such a thing? Why must you torment me so, my own stream? Bit loud. Ooh, no, not mute. Just lower the volume a teeny bit. Sorry. One, two, three. Okay, I'm still in the process of trying to figure out audio things. I just never know with these things. So your hands are going to be holding onto your dress, holding up the things using your apron. Well, hands, paws. They're going to be paws. She's a bear. Yeah, these squares represent paws. I just realized I haven't talked for a while. I just get caught up in. I'm in the zone, I suppose. Talking leads to distractions. Not really sure what hairstyle I would give her. Oh, hello, Nemu! And yes, Fluffy. Sorry, my stream ended right about when you arrived. But yeah, here you are, here I am. Hello, Nemu. How you doing? Pat, thank you. Yeah. I've returned. On schedule. Kind of. I'm always a couple minutes too late, but I'm on schedule-ish. I'm on it somewhere. Yeah, aside from patting the fluff, what are you up to? I don't know. I think I want to give her a side braid. I think that'd be cute. That's a pretty common style that comes up when I search for country girl hairstyles. I don't know what games I'll play for my gaming stream this upcoming weekend. If Friday can count as the weekend, and it can because I say so. But I've Chorokyu, Shantae, and Paka Plus. It's been a while since I played Paka Plus, so if my voice is in okay condition, I can continue the quest to discover why Yukai became an alpaca. Yeah, I feel like I should return to Paka Plus. It's been a bit since I played. Don't yawn. Don't do that. Wake up. Okay, this is I'm distracting myself, but I just remembered something. A game I used to play. I'm recalling just like how I used to play Frogger a whole bunch, you know, like, well, I didn't really play it, I just kind of like I just like kind of wandered around the first level and jumped around. That's all I recall of Frogger as a Liam. But I remember another game I did something similar with was A Bug's Life on the PlayStation. And I'm trying to see how that was received, and maybe that'll be a good continuation of Thank God it's not Frogger, anything but Frogger. But let me see. Oh, the Wikipedia page says met with generally poor reviews. Oh dear. I just like to when I had the game, when I played the game, I still have it. I believe. I don't know whether it works or not. Like my copy of Frogger, I have it, but it doesn't work. Maybe this is a similar situation, which I do own it, but it just it don't work no more. Bug's Life was met with generally poor reviews. The Nintendo 64 version was given a 54.40%, PlayStation version 55. Okay, so the PlayStation version is marginally better. Oh, Susie says hello, Nemu. Game Boy Color version 36.63. GameSpot gave the PlayStation version 2.7 out of 10. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. GameSpot gave the PlayStation version 2.7 out of 10, concluding that it was obvious that Disney was more interested in producing a $40 advertisement for its movie than developing a playable game. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, Lambhood memories. More terrible Game Friday? Perhaps. I just had a memory of I'm excited. And this seems to have similar reception to Frogger. Oh, and hi Pixie. I see Terrible Game Friday. Yes, it was kind of an accidental thing. That sounds fun. It's maybe more fun for the audience than it is for me. But yes, it kind of like I thought, wouldn't it be funny to start the year off with some bad games? That way you can only get better from here. But now I'm remembering more and more bad games from my Lambhood. I am audience, good for you. I am not. I wish I was. But Frogger, it was a game, Frogger the Great Quest on the PlayStation 2. I remembered that game from when I was a young lamb, and I was like, let me think about it. I didn't play it. I just kind of explored the levels because I thought, oh, this place looks pretty. I didn't understand as a lamb that games had objectives to complete. I just thought you wandered around them and went, ha, look how pretty that is. Look how cool that is. Look what your character can do. Isn't that cool? Frogger was miserable. It wasn't great. You could, as I progressed through the game until its completion, you could tell that the devs gave up. Like, okay, let's just get this, just finish the game, get it out there, send it out. We can't be bothered to, like, there was just so much missing, so much wrong with it. And I guess I will keep A Bug's Life in mind and see if it's as bad as I don't remember it being. Well, it's because I didn't play it. You play as Flick, the bug, the ant, the bug. They're all bugs. A bug's life that unlocked a core memory. But yeah, I just you play as Flick. You're wandering around the ant hill, and you get these berries. You use berries as platforms, and I thought I wish I was small enough to jump on berries. That looks like so much fun. I love these berries. They're so pretty. I wish I was small enough to where a berry could be my food. A berry bigger than me. That sounds wonderful. But I don't remember actually getting anywhere in the game. I played the heck out of that day. I guess we can reminisce if I can find a Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, if my actual copy doesn't work, I am I am entitled to use a different version. I am entitled to that. I have it. I have it. It just might not work. We will be cheering you on. Gambarimasu. I'll do. Why is the music stopped? Why does this keep happening? I will ganbari my very must to to make it through to suffer for your enjoyment, for your entertainment. Let's see about A Bug's Life this weekend. This is gonna be a strange trip down memory lane. A trip that maybe I should not have taken, depending on how bad it might be. Oh my goodness. I ought to make a ranking. Frogger was claimed to be worse. The reviewer claimed that it had worse controls than Bubsy 3D. And I'm kind of inclined to agree, actually. It should have better controls. Just by the virtue of there being analog control. The analog sticks, it should be better. But it's not. I don't know, I'm not very eloquent at I don't know, maybe I gotta write these things down, but okay, no more, this is not a gaming stream, this is an art stream, or it should be. Back to art, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Art, yes, that is, mission, the current mission, the current focus. Maybe I just gotta go through my entire game library that I have and see which ones would be good candidates for Friday's gaming. I don't know if I'm gonna make this a thing, just playing bad games all the time on Fridays. What has become of me? You should rate them on a scale of if it holds up to nostalgia. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. Frogger does not hold up. Bubsy is not nostalgic for me. It's just, I've always heard how bad the controls were, and yeah, they were right. I thought it was just like I thought it was kind of like bandwagoning how everyone's complaining about the controls, but no, they were right. They're bad. And Frogger is comparable. Frogger, I had nostalgia for it. I liked jumping around those levels. I liked being a frog that could jump real high and would collect pretty looking gemstones. I liked that. But now, older and somewhat wiser Minnie does not approve of Frogger. No, no. Unacceptable behavior. what else did I play? I had a bunch of Game Boy games. I had Strawberry Shortcake, Disney Princesses. What else? My Little Pony, the Runaway Rainbow. But I don't recall those. Well, of course I wouldn't recall them being bad. I was a naive young lamb who didn't know of good and bad. Just, wow, look at that! Isn't that neat? Now I'm vaguely recalling a Wii game that actually I did think. I don't have fond memories of it. It was a Wii game where you played as a bunch of Arctic animals. But I remember there not being much to do, or at least I didn't understand what to do in the game. What was that? I might actually still have it in a closet somewhere. A Wii game about being in the Arctic or something. Oh yeah, that's it. Arctic Tale. I might still have this somewhere. Play through the adventures of the major motion picture. I have vague memories of just being lost and not knowing what to do in the game. I will save that for later. See if I can't find that in a closet somewhere. Okay, so this seems to be a screenshot from the game. It looks like these bears are about to fight. What great graphics. Look at how their shadows clip. I don't recall this. I don't recall a fighting game, if that is what I'm looking at here. Weird. Yeah, I might want to check this out, actually. I have such vague... I just remember being a polar bear and wandering around and not knowing what I was... Just like in nature! Isn't it? I love it. My favorite natural sight is when shadows disappear. And when the polar bears wrestle. This looks like a Tekken fight! I want to see if I can find a clip of it. I don't remember there being fights. What is this? Like, I know in nature animals fight, but I don't think they quite look like that. Leaping at each other. Like... two street fighters. fight? Are there fights in the game? Oh dear, that's loud. Loud. I'm gonna skim through the video and see if I can't find a fight. Actually, skimming through the video, it all looks like the same thing. You're just a polar bear, and you're walking, and you're walking, and you're walking, and you're walking. Oh, this doesn't look fun. What have I gotten myself in? Why did I say I would do this? Okay, that's enough of that. Don't expose yourself to more of you. Keep yourself spoiler free. No need to spoil the experience for yourself, Minnie. You said you would. Now you gotta. You gotta. I just gotta go through my whole game collection and see what shovelware my mother has unknowingly got for me. No shit. I'm not dissing my mom. I'm not dissing my mom. It's just that who could have That is not a diss on her. I appreciate the fact that she got games for me at all. How is she to know just the horrors these games beheld within them, within these CDs, within these cartridges? How could she possibly have known? I cannot blame her. I will not. I am not blaming her. One game I do have fun. Well, there's a couple games I have fond memories of. But one especially was Pets Hamsters, spelled with Z's, because that's the cool hip way to spell it. Back in the day, back in my day, it was you spelled everything plural with a Z. Pets, hamsters. It's hip and happening. But I love that game a whole bunch. You just get some hamsters, you take care of your hamsters. I think that's all you do, but I just really like hamsters. They're very cute too, they're very cute. The game had such a cute art style. Even it was on Game Boy. Yeah, I had it on Game Boy. Even just the I can't think of words. Um, the cover art is precious. I love photo shoots of animals just having a good time, having a birthday bash. Was it Pets Hamsters too? Oh wait, this looks more familiar to me. They made two? I suppose so. Wait. Or maybe they're just different releases of the same game? Because this cover art looks more familiar to me. Yeah, I guess it's a release of the same thing. Oops. Yeah, because these hamsters are the same hamsters here. Weird, okay. But yeah, this looks more familiar to me. Okay, so it's Pet Hamsters 2, I suppose, that I played. I don't know what the first one looked like. Pet Hamsters. The first. Where's the first? Oh, Hamster's Life. Okay, this seems to be the first. Hamster's Life. On the Game Boy? Because this doesn't look right. This doesn't look familiar. That looks like DS, not Game Boy. I cannot find... I don't know, but, look at how cute the game art. It's very small, but this is just what the person who had this game named their hamster. You can name him whatever you want, but Hamtar that's a classic. That's a good name for a hamster. And look at how cute that art is. I just remember the game being very cute. Oh yeah, they had the little animation. Well, this is not animation. Mother! Oh, right, I remember that. Mother! I think that was actually just like that in the game. They misspelled mother. Mother! The game had these very cute little animations of you interacting with your hamster. Mother, father. Wait, that's enough hamsters. What am I doing? But what? Mother. Yeah. Choro. Choro, 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 choro. I think I might have said this before, but the reason they're called Chorokyus, the little brand of toy cars, is because choro 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 is the sound of them like just kind of driving along, and Q, the letter Q, is because they are cute. That is all. That concludes my announcement. I wonder what the endgame of Chorokyu is. Because if not the Grand Prix, then I don't know what. Oh, right, I unlocked the death races, or what were they called? Those illegal races. I unlocked that, and... what were they called? Were they called death races? Because I remember something about a skull. Which I don't know how a car would know what a skull is. I think there were human-shaped skulls too, on the banner. I cannot recall what the illegal racing, underground racing, was referred to as in Chorokyu. It's been a while. Okay, it has been a while since I played good games. I miss playing good games. Well, I did play some good games after Frogger. Play a little bit of, well, I finished Frog Detective 1, which was real cute, and I want to play the full series. Which only consists of 2 more games, but still I want to play those. And, Super Mario 64, which is not a bad game, but is a difficult one. But I'm done with it now, I suppose. I defeat Bowser, and got a cake. But yeah, gotta get back to Chorokyu, Shantae, and Paka Plus. I really do like Paka Plus, but just the amount of voice acting that it requires from me is daunting. Music. Why does this keep happening? Must be something with stream elements. There we go. I think I want this beer to be older. Yeah, maybe like mother and daughter. I think that'd be cute. Hi, might not be on for long because my laptop died and I'm stuck on a Windows 7 one that can barely handle Twitch. Okay, well, hello and thank you for stopping by anyway. I don't know if you'll suddenly, if at any moment you could just suddenly disconnect, but while you're here, how are you doing? Windows 7, goodness. Can it really not handle Twitch? I miss Windows XP. Did I have Windows 98? I might have. Yeah, I think I did actually. When I was a young lamb. But just for a short while, I think. Not for very long. I think most of my lambhood was with Windows XP. Yeah, it was Windows XP that I had for most of my lambhood. Windows XP end of support is April 8th, 2014. That long? 2014 was when XP died. May one knee up against the fence post. Hey, I wanted to take a quick break just to stand up and stretch mostly. Like 5 minutes at the most. Because I'm starting to fall asleep, which is not good. Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Back in a bit. See ya. I'm back. Let me just sure this works. Back to work, no getting distracted by memories of video games past. That'll be for this weekend. I guess this will be a recurring segment on my stream, is bad video games that do not hold up to your nostalgic memories of them. Entirely by accident, this has become a thing now. The nightmare never ends. It's all my doing. I don't know. I can't. Well, I have vague memories of the Bug Life movie. It's a. Yeah, I remember the Bug's Life movie. It's been a long time since I watched it, but I pretty much remember the synopsis. The only memory I have of the game is just that one level, the first level, the only level I ever saw, in which you explore. There are giant berries, and I really like the giant berries. I wish I could. Either I shrink down small enough to where a berry is larger than me, or just berries are larger than me would be my dream come true. Yeah, I don't know if the game could possibly be any worse than Frogger. I imagine it's going to follow the story of the movie, which was a good movie. At least from what I remember of it. Yeah, it was a good movie, wasn't it? So yeah, may the story of A Bug's Life, the video game, will not be quite as bad as Frogger. But I don't know what to expect of the controls, and the level layouts, the graphics. That we'll have to wait and see about that. don't know how to draw poses. I'm doing my best. From my limited knowledge of art. I am trying. But yeah, I really gotta get those community art streams set up. I will do my best to get that done by next week if possible. Oh, wrong layer. Oh, okay, I thought the music died. Well, shorter maybe. Oh, let me see it as it is right now. Save. And save as a duplicate. First two. Okay. Make her shorter. Boop. Short. No other games are coming to mind. Or at least not games I don't think I've already talked about before. Games that are good, like Kirby Superstar Ultra, Pokemon Mystery. I want to play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on stream. I don't know if I've said that before, but I do. All the Kirby games, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series. I had a horrible idea of okay, so when I was young, I used to play a lot of Mario Party DS. Mario Party DS is the only version of Mario Party I ever played. And I used to play a lot of it. 50 turns, 50 turn games with the expert level difficulty AI. And I had a horrible idea of what if I just did that with every Mario Party game? Just the hardest difficulty I could possibly set, and at the highest amount of turns I could possibly set each board, and I'm not allowed to progress until I get first place on each board. 50 turns, max difficulty AI. Every Mario Party game. And that sounds like a nightmare. But you know, you know what else was a nightmare? Frogger. So if I can handle Frogger, I can handle anything. I don't know. I don't know if such a thing would be entertaining to watch. Like, of course, people like to watch streamers suffer. That is the highest form of entertainment, is streamers suffering. But I'm not sure if that sort of suffering would be entertaining. It'll be suffering, alright. But I don't know if the suffering will be entertaining enough to justify streaming it. 50 turn games of Mario Party. Starting all the way from Mario Party 1, we're up to Mario Party... I know there's Mario Party 10 at the very least, but then there's also Super Mario Party, and then Mario Party Superstars or something like that. Something very similar, but it is a separate game, I believe. Then there was Mario Party DS, Mario Party... some other like DS, 3DS things that I'm not aware, like I just know the existence of, but I don't know the names of them, how much different they are to other Mario Parties. I don't know if I would count those in the Mario Party Endurance Challenge. Maybe that'd be a good gimmick for a subathon, actually. The Mario Party Endurance Challenge. The subathon doesn't end until I beat every Mario Party game. 50 turns. 50 turns, first place. Hardest AI difficulty possible. That sounds miserable. Don't hold me to that. I don't know if I'll really do it. It's just an idea I had once. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. And I probably shouldn't do it for my own well-being. Especially now when there's still so much left to Chirokyu, so much left to Shantae, so much left of Paka Plus. Oh, speaking of Paka Plus, I was able to find the soundtrack. Well, kind of. It was an album released by the company who made the game, which also featured... Okay, so there's Paka Plus, the game I'm currently playing. There's also Paka Plus Minus, which I believe, from what because I can't find much regarding these games because they were never translated into English. They are Japanese only, which is a shame. And it seems the company is defunct too, so they're probably never ever going to be translated. But I wish they would be. But yeah, there's Paka Plus, which is the game in which your girlfriend becomes an alpaca that I'm currently playing. there's Pekka Plus Minus, which is, I believe, the prequel to Pekka Plus, in which you meet your girlfriend. It's the story of how you met your girlfriend. There's Pekka Plus Plus, the sequel to Pekka Plus. And let me show you. There's more. Not only has your girlfriend become an alpaca, but another girl, a friend of yours. Is this the highest quality image there is? Hang on. Has become a capybara. Look at her. But it'll never, probably never ever be translated into English. Which is a shame. It's a crying shame that I can't play the capybara dating simulator. I want to date the capybara. Well, I am in a happy relationship with the alpaca, but still. Capybara. Capybara. I don't know if I could find another screen cap of the capybara. Okay, here's one. But unfortunately, this is the only way we can ever enjoy the capybara-ness. Oh, one more. I can't find very many screen caps, especially not very good quality. But one more. Look at her. With a little bow and everything. She's so cute. But unfortunately, it's not meant to be. Because she only speaks Japanese. Curse these language barriers that keep us apart. Okay, let me close these tabs. No more Pekka Plus, no more Pekka Plus. Not for now, at least. Not till the weekend, maybe. If I'm up for the voice acting. Let me put these in a folder together. Oops, like that. Back in that folder. Make the background a bit easier for me to see because I can't see nothing. bring the references on down. I wonder if any of you would remember a website, because yeah, now I'm remembering the reason I don't remember much games I played on consoles, because I played so many Flash games and so many websites like Neopets. I wonder if any of you would remember OMG Pop, which I believe went defunct some years ago. Yeah, in 2013 it was purchased. Yeah. I miss OMG Pop. Okay, no more OMG Pop. There's Neopets, Vantage, Club Penguin. I played a lot of Club Penguin. Oh, Tinier Me. There was that too. Tinier Me. I think it was kind of similar to Gaia Online, where you just had a little character that you dressed up and you did things sometimes. I don't know. I have only but the vaguest of memories. That would perhaps become clearer if I were to research them, but no, that's distractions. That would be distractions, Minnie, and you don't want that. We wouldn't want that now, would we? Music. Okay. every time there's a pause, I worry. There was a video game based off Neopets, wasn't there? Like an actual console game? I think. Yeah, there was. On the PlayStation 2. Oh, and apparently on the computer too? Neopets the Darkest Fairy. Perhaps that is something I could stream. Reception. The game received a score of 61 on review aggregator website Metacritic, indicating mixed or average reviews. Okay, I'll keep that stored away. Wrong here. I guess I could just compile a list of games based off of nostalgic properties. Like Neopets. There was a Club I think I had a Club Penguin game for the DS. I think. I'm pretty sure I did. Whether I still have that? Probably not. Club Penguin DS game? Club Penguin Elite. Oh yeah, Elite Penguin Force. Okay, so like I am compiling knowledge and information, which is going to be useful for future streams, maybe. There is also Club Penguin Game Day for the Wii. I guess video games based on cartoons and movies. Oh right, once Regardmore brought up that Emperor's New Groove video game, which I've never heard of, and I don't think I looked it up. Emperor's... If I could spell Emperor right, that'd be great. Emperor's New Groove video game. I did not spell Emperor right. Okay, that's fine. Huh. On the PlayStation. Looks weird. Just the cover art is... Kronk and Yzma look scary. Why does Kronk look like that? Yzma, I guess, makes sense looking like that, but Kronk, why is he so intense looking? I guess I want to play this too. Ooh, will you be playing this? Maybe! I guess I'm making a theme out of playing video games based off nostalgic properties. Because there's, oh, hello Miles, how are you doing? Because there's this, which Regardmore brought up once and I was like, sounds interesting. But the cover art scares me. Kronk and Yzma scare me. But, there was this, and what did I bring up earlier? Before Arctic Tail, what was it that I brought up? What was it? I bookmarked it, didn't I? Oh, A Bug's Life! A Bug's Life. I used to play that on the PlayStation. But well, not play it, because I didn't understand video games had objectives. It was more of a, playground, a virtual playground, than a video game. I just like to hop around on the giant berries And that was my experience with A Bug's Life, the video game. But apparently, according to reviews, one review. Let me find that review again. I want to read it verbatim. But yeah, how are you doing, Miles? Sorry, I'm just very caught up in my video game research. Bug's Life. Video game. Yeah, Bug's Life was met with generally poor reviews. Let me find the one quote. GameSpot gave the PlayStation version 2.7 out of 10, concluding that it was obvious that Disney was more interested in producing a $40 advertisement for its movie than in developing a playable game. Daniel Erickson reviewed the Nintendo 64 version of the game for Next Generation, rating it 1 star out of 5, and stated that, any way you slice it, this stinks. I wonder if it will be worse or better than Frogger. I'm doing well, but I actually need to tend to my veggie tacos. We'll hopefully drop by again later. Okay! Have a good time with your veggie tacos. See you later, Miles. Enjoy those tacos. And thank you for those Freddy emotes. What a cute cat. I'll tell them you said hi. Yes, hey, thanks for delivering these tacos. So you've heard of Cinnaminnie, right? The vtuber, the streamer? She says hi. But yeah, tell him I said hi! I'd love that. You know her, right? You've heard of her. Of course you have. She says hi. Sorry. What a bizarre thing to hear as a delivery person. I imagine it would be bizarre regardless of which VTuber you said it about. Even if it was like a big name VTuber. That'd be kind of strange. As a tip for your delivery driver, you send them a link of me saying hi. There's your personal greeting from big name superstar VTuber Cinnaminnie. Or no, you invite the delivery you invite the delivery driver into your house, escort them to your computer screen, and you type in the chat, "Oh, the delivery driver's here. Could you say hello?" And I say hi, and then okay, thanks for the delivery, and then you escort them back out on their way. Bizarre. me sit on the street. Ow. My tail end hurts. Save. Run, there's... There it is. Oh, let me move the references back out of the way. I wish I could get those labels at the bottom of the screen. The newest follower, newest subscriber, newest tipper, toppest tipper. I wish I could get those to sync up, but they never do. At first I thought it was because I had them in separate browser sources, and I thought, oh, you know what, that's fair. They're all refreshing at different rates, or at different times, whatever. So they're not synced up, but no, now they're on the same exact browser source. And yet they still go out of sync. And keep flickering for some reason. I don't know how to unscuff them. I was about to complain about the music again. Music. There we go. It sure would help if I named any of these layers. Too bad I ain't doing that. I guess the wheel should be smaller too. I want to play WarioWare. I'm surprised Waluigi hasn't been introduced into the WarioWare universe to capitalize on Waluigi's memeability. Why has Nintendo done nothing with him, given his ironic popularity? And why have they done nothing with Daisy, given her popularity with me in my heart? I like Daisy. I wish she was. She's so underappreciated. I wish she was better appreciated. Oh, I just noticed the teddy bear, Georgiana. This one's Georgiana. This one's Gwen. Georgiana's got a little patch that matches her dress. That's cute. She's stitched up with the same stuff that her dress is made of. That's cute. These figurines have the cutest little details. Okay. One day this playlist is gonna be so full of music, it'll be hours and hours and hours long. And you won't hear the same song twice in one stream. That is the goal, at least. If I can find enough suitable music. But that is the goal. It's lots of music that fit the vibe, that pass my vibe check. Oh, the fence. Kinda zoned out on what to do next, but yeah, let me see about the fence. Let me disappear Georgiana. preferably songs that are from more obscure series. All from video game series, but preferably more obscure. That way, I don't really know why. I guess just so like, it's not stuff you've heard several times before, even when those songs can be real good from very popular game series. But you know, I don't know what Tokyo Xanadu? I don't know what that series is. It's just a soundtrack I came across and it's like, hey, this is pretty nice. Let me add this. I don't know what this game's about. Massive action RPG. This is one of the first screenshots to come up in Google Images. You should give up and just get a cat. Ain't that the truth? I don't know what the context of this is, but I like the way she thinks. I like the way he told me thinks. Okay, enough of that. I guess now I kind of want the fence at an angle, not just straight on. I certainly want to play Super Mario Kart. I suppose that'll be the next in the franchise, Super Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8. Would be fun to play, I think. On our community game nights. I wish there was a free alternative, but I guess it's kind of hard. Is there such a thing as an... Because there's Tetrio, which is online multiplayer Tetris-like game. Legally distinct. Or it's an alternative to Tetris 99, in which everyone can play together. But I don't know if there's such a thing as a Mario Kart alternative online, in which you can all race together online. Preferably free, but I know that's kind of a hard sell. Let's see, free kart race game? These are not free. Online. Multiplayer online. These all... Oh wait, is this free? Go-Kart Go Air? Play with your phones as gamepads. Oh, interesting. How many players can play at once? Oh, 1 to 4, okay. Maybe. I will keep that in my bookmarks for future reference. I don't don't know. I will research that later. Goodness, I keep doing this. Yeah, in regards to multiplayer gaming, there's Tetris 99, Tetr.io, Tetrio, or Tetr.io. There's Aggie.io, which is not really a game as much as it is a big canvas we all drawn together. Jackbox. Those seem fun. I'd have to purchase it first, but then we could all play together with only me having the game. So that's a nice thing. Use Your Words, which I believe is much the same. Only I had to buy it and then we can all play, I believe. Super Animal Battle Royale? What was it called? Super Animal Royale, yeah, that's what it was called. It's a battle royale with animals. I just want fun games to play with everyone. As many people as possible. Well, yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be as many as possible. It's like preferably games that allow for as many players as possible, so everyone can everyone can get in on the fun, not just like only 4 at a time. Like Mario Party. Apparently Super Mario Party now has online multiplayer, which is cool. But I imagine it's only 4 players at a time. Which is, it's limited. Well, but I suppose that could be a thing. I guess like collaborations with other VTubers. But I also want to play games with just anyone. So that seems fun too. Just letting the viewers join in the fun. If they would like to, if they want to. That I want that opportunity available for them. And so I will do my best to find as many games that I can that allow for such a thing. And I'll do my best to set up the streams so that these kind of games can go smoothly. There was quite some scuff with the Tetrio game night the other night, but still a lot of fun. Most of the scuff was on my end, was me not being prepared. I was just real nervous about things. But it turned out much better than I thought it would. And lots of fun, too. And I think I was a little too overly cautious about, like, having the link only in the Discord. Like, you had to join the Discord in order to find the link. I think that was a bit much. I was just real nervous about, like, you know. But I guess it doesn't have to be. It could just be like, there's moderation tools, you know. I could have just done that. So yeah, I gotta keep that in mind for future streams. To not be so cautious about those kind of things. song. Don't know why I tried. Focusing on small details again when I shouldn't. Just get the sketch done. Flesh out the sketch. That's what you ought to be doing. Don't know what this game's about either. Another OST I came across at random, and I like it. Mama little curse. Oh, looks like a bullet hell game. Oh, shoot 'em up arcade game. Later ported and released for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Not sure bullet hells are my thing, but I will keep this bookmarked because it has a cute art style. Okay, enough of that. It's gonna happen again as soon as I see a title of a game I'm not familiar with in my playlist, which is likely to happen again. Like, how about this song? What's coming up next? If anything comes up next, given that my music widget did not die, okay, there we go. Mario Party 10. I've heard of that. It's Mario Party 9 and onwards that introduced those, the cars, right? I believe. Very different gameplay to Mario Party's past. Which I remember there were a lot of complaints about. But I've never played them myself. Mario Party DS is my only experience with Mario Party. well enough, I suppose. When I was a younger lamb. I think I would. Well, I don't know, maybe if I expand my Mario Party horizons, if I party a little harder, party a little deeper with other Mario Party games, perhaps Mario Party DS will not be as appealing to me. I don't know. It is yet to be seen. The dog. This might be the dog PSP. Okay, no, this is not the same thing. The dog Happy Life. No, because I was recommended by Miles. The Dog Island, which does look super cute. Well, actually, that reminds me now when I first looked up the game. The Dog Island. I came across this website. The first website that came up was Dog Island, free forever, thedogisland.com, and I was very confused. Hang on, let me see if I can't. Why is the website broken? It didn't look like this when I last saw it. Well, at least you could still read it, which is the main thing. Let me introduce you to thedogisland.com. Let me just bring it up on screen in a second. Just a moment. Window capture. Okay, just a moment to black out my any evidence of my cybercrimes. I gotta crop those out. Wouldn't want you seeing my bookmarks. Okay, this should be good enough, I suppose. Is let me fit it up on the screen. Before it's ready to be revealed to you all. Okay, so this is the Dog Island website. It is broken at the moment, it seems. Let me zoom in closer, actually. Crop a little more. Like that and that. Could stand to be zoomed in even more. Oh, nope. I came across this website and I was very confused when I first witnessed it. It could be a little more cropped just to make it easier for everyone to read, should they choose to indulge in this bizarreness like I did. here we are, I suppose. Yeah, that works. Okay. Over 2,500 dogs are already enjoying a better life at Dog Island. Separated from the anxieties of urban life, dogs on Dog Island are healthy dogs who live a natural, healthy, and happy life, free from the stress and hardship associated with daily life among humans. They live with almost limitless space and tens of thousands of rabbits, rodents, fish, and other natural prey. Surrounded by thousands of other dogs, this is the only place for them to be truly social and create healthy families. Dogs at Dog Island have another chance. Let me see if I can't refresh the page. One more chance at... No? Okay. And you see there's stats of how many dogs are on Dog Island. And the temperature. And so you might wonder, where is this Dog Island? If I could read... Hang on. The links are unreadable. Oh, yeah, okay, let us find Dog Island. Getting to the island is not particularly easy. Considered part of the U.S. minor outlying islands, we are most easily accessed by departing from the coast of Tallahassee, Florida, where our office is. Because of recent threats from anti-freedom activists, we've had to make our land office a maze to get to. However, if you'd like to come visit us, come to Tallahassee and look up all the dog-grooming professionals in town. Arrange their names alphabetically, and then you'll see that their names relate in a way with the street names of downtown Tallahassee. When you realize this pattern, start at A and go through W each time, marking your way with a piece of red tape on the door. We will be watching and will approach you and your dog if you appear correct. You will then need to arrange with a Dog Island representative to pick you up on a boat that will take you and your dog on a beautiful 3-hour boat ride to the island. Okay, are we... Oh no, this is the homepage. Here are instructions on how you can send your dog to Dog Island. Your dog will finally be free of the leash, no longer hid behind a fence. Dogs at Dog Island, after an initial period of going a bit wild, actually find themselves forming very happy families, no longer restrained to having to accept the only option. They can finally find the right partner for them. Make your dog happy and make your dog free. Please address all inquiries for the process to... I believe this is the contact information, and it got the, oh, hang on. Oh, it's a little too cropped. Oh well, let me continue reading anyway. If your dog is accepted, there's no cost at all. This is completely free. We make this possible by some funding from rich people with big hearts. It's just a bizarre. I thought this was real at first. My dog is being picked on by neighborhood raccoons. Can you give me any advice? Yes, send your dog to Dog Island. But in the meantime, teach your dog to be tough. Buy a BB gun and get your dog a stuffed raccoon, like the owners of our favorite Dalmatian, Charlie, did. See article. Hang on. Oh, okay, I guess the article is gone. But yeah, when I first saw this, I thought this was all real. It took me a little bit for it to connect in my brain, like, oh, this is a joke. This is a ruse. I've been taken aboard the ruse cruise all the way to Dog Island. Which is broken. But okay, that's enough of enough Dog Island for now. We don't need this in our lives. It's not even real. Be gone. Super Robot Wars Tyson Neo. I don't know what that game is, but based on Robot Wars, I don't think it'd be for me. I don't think it's my kind of thing. Giant fighting robots? Well, nowhere does it say they're giant, but that's just an assumption I made. Fighting robots doesn't sound like my cup of tea. Tomodachi Life does seem really cute and fun, but I wouldn't know what Miis to make. I will not fall asleep. Not on stream, at least. Not again. I did actually fall asleep during a stream. Not when I was a VTuber, but when I used to just stream years and years ago. No voice, just typing in chat. That was my communication. And I said, oh, I'm gonna take a break. And I wound up sleeping. That was my break. I don't remember how long I slept, but I know I did sleep. And when I woke up and I saw the stream was going, I was like, what? What did I do? Thankfully, I had no viewers at that time. But I certainly did not gain any with that stunt. I know Kirby's Dream Buffet is an online multiplayer, but I think it's also only 4 players at a time. I think. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, 4-player competition. I just want to play all Kirby games in general. And so thus, Kirby's Dream Buffet is on that list. Hiccups. I'm getting sleepy again. I shouldn't be, but I am. So I might... Yeah, why not? Why not now? I'll take another break to reawaken. Let me make sure the music's still working. Okay, the music is still in proper working order. Hopefully we'll not have a repeat of last stream's dead silence for however long I was gone. But yeah, BRB, be back in a bit. I'm back. I keep forgetting that every time I take a break, I could be playing advertisements. I could be making that coin. But no, I just forget every time. I'm more focused on trying not to fall asleep. I wonder if there's some way I could set it up to where when I switch over to this BRB screen... Probably not, but it would be cool if every time I switch over to the BRB screen, ads start playing automatically. Like if I could trigger some kind of event. When I switch to that screen, that's when the ads start playing. That'd be convenient. Because I remember to switch over to the screen, but I never remember to start the ads. Hiccup! I guess the problem could also be solved by me just putting on, just automatic ads, like every hour, 30 minutes or something like that, an ad plays. Or however many ads you want to play will play. But no. Yeah. I don't like the idea of that. I don't want it ruining the flow of the stream. I already do a good enough job of that by myself. Okay, that's the wheelbarrow layer. I feel like I want to sneeze. I don't think I've sneezed on stream yet, but if I keep talking, then maybe I will not experience that yet. Nobody needs to hear me sneeze. I wonder how large daisy flower, because I'm pretty sure those are daisies, but very large daisy flowers. I know there's different types of daisies. I'm just looking for a reference picture so I can see exactly how. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be like perfectly to scale. Oh, daisy balloons! These are pretty. Why does it always freeze on me? Yeah, these balloons, very pretty. I like them. That is not the purpose. I'm just looking for daisies. I'm looking for just how large daisies can be so I can see like a scale of or maybe just let me look up a bouquet of daisies maybe. So I can get an idea of how the daisies would fill up a little cart like that. When they're all bunched up. And then there's some other flower, like drooping down, which I think might be baby's breath. I think that's the flowers with the little white, tiny little white buds. Baby's breath. Yeah, it could be, I suppose. I don't know, I'm not very good with flower identification. Wish I was. Not that it would really be useful to me in daily life, I suppose. It's just, it'd be nice to see. Oh, look, flower power! Hi, Falcon! I just think it'd be nice to look at a flower and go, oh yeah, that's this flower. That's a baby's breath flower, right? How are you doing, Falcon? Okay, just sketch out flower shapes. Care Bear draw. I should draw Care Bears. How have I not thought of that before? Thank you. I wonder if there's Care Bear video games. Okay, so Care Bear video games. Not Care Bear videos. Games. Care Bear video games. And I know there's. I wonder if there's a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic game. I know there was a mobile game. I don't know if it's still around. But I don't know if they made like a console game. Sorry, I'm so distracted. Oh no, did I create another tangent for Minnie? Kind of, yes. But I created this tangent earlier. Slaps his own wrist. This is a tangent of my own doing. Is because I've been thinking, what... Because I created the tangent of... I remembered a game from my lamhood that was like, oh, I remember that game, and I looked it up, and apparently it's rated pretty badly. Someone gave it a 2.7 out of 10, and I thought, oh, wouldn't that be fun to continue our bad game sessions with that? But yeah, now I'm collecting games based on nostalgic properties. Care Bears. How did I never have a Care Bears game growing up? Oh, most of these seem to be PC games. Oh, there's a Game Boy game. Sorry, let me just bookmark these, and then we will be back to work. What was I doing? Oh, right, yeah. It's okay, anytime I go into the local used video game store, it's for nostalgia reasons. You get it. I suppose there are local video game stores, not necessarily for used games, but just games, and they also have some used games. But yeah, the nostalgia. I'm gonna bring back the nostalgia in potentially the worst way possible. Okay, so Care Bear games. My Little Pony games. Oh, there's one based on the newest generation. My Little Pony: A Maritime Day Adventure. I don't know anything about the newest generation. I kind of fell out of My Little Pony. I still think they're cute, it's just that I haven't watched the series since Twilight Sparkle became a princess in Friendship is Magic. Oh, hi Colio Wing. Is it Colio Wing or Cole O Wing? Like, do you prefer to be called Cole or Colio? Oh my. I used to play this franchise way back in the day. Wrinkled Hand picks up the PS1 jewel case. Wrinkled and withered, and just crumbling into dust. My Little Pony talk a bit, just a bit. I was looking if cause Falcon reminded me of Care Bears. And I thought, oh, what if Care Bears has video games? And then I remembered, what if My Little Pony has? I do know the only My Little Pony game I know of is the Runaway Rainbow on the Game Boy. I had that as Lamb, and I might still have it around here somewhere. But yeah, that's on the list. My Little Pony games and Care Bear games. Colio, okay, Colio. Hi Colio, how you doing? I just bought a minivan. Nice. I'm like a soccer dad now. It's very soccer dad of you. Very, very responsible. Very mature of you to get a minivan. Very adult. What are... Oh, Littlest Pet Shop. I'm now just thinking back to all my Lambhood not video games, but toys. Littlest Pet Shop and Polly Pocket. Don't worry, I plan on spraying it black and throwing some flames on the sides. Gotta establish my manhood. That would be pretty cool, actually. Okay, so the flames, they come up with a band name and spray that on the side too. Even if you don't have a band, just think of a band name. Oh, I had some Pony Pocket. Did ya? Polly Pockets. I only had like one or two little Pockets. Polly Pockets, but they were so pretty. Polly Pockets, yeah. I thought Pony Pocket sounds adorable. My Little Pony Polly Pocket crossover. That sounds beautiful. Those tiny, 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 tiny little ponies. Does Polly Pocket have video games? I know. Oh, the Flash games. The Polly Pocket Flash games. Oh, I used to play these all the time. Band name for Coleo's mini-band. Free candy! No! No! Actually, really thinking about shamelessly promoting myself on the side, that'd be pretty cringe though. That would be impressive. If I saw that, if I saw someone promoting their Twitch on the side of a van, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, plumbers do it, why can't I? Yeah! Anyone can promote themselves on the side of a van. Why not a streamer? Why not a streamer? Who's gonna stop ya? Littlest Pet Shop game. Oh, I did have a Littlest Pet Shop game on the DS. That's right, I did. I can't remember if it was any good or not, but I just remember now. I did have one. It was... This was the one. My Little Pony Garden. My Little... Littlest Pet Shop. Littlest Pet Shop Garden. I had this. I can't remember if it was any good or not. I'd say it depends on your occupation. Break the stigma. Van advertising doesn't have to be just for plumbers. You art as a hobby, or is this for work? Hobby. I do hope to take commissions someday when I'm better focused, better focused, better at making art. But for now, it's just hobby. If this were for work, I would not be getting as distracted as I am right now. Okay, Littlest Pet Shop. My Little Pony, Polly Pocket. No time like the present. Maybe in just a moment, once let me save. I guess Barbie games too. Barbie has a bunch of video games. Draw, don't get distracted. I know! But if I don't do this, I'll forget later. I'll forget. Okay, now I've bookmarked everything. Bookmark, Littlest Pet Shop. Bookmark, why did I say that? Littlest Pet Shop Barbie. My Little Pony. Care Bears. I also had some Mighty Max, the boys' version of Polly Pocket. I haven't ever heard of that. Okay, one more distraction, just one more. Mighty Max. Or wait, may I have? I think there was a TV show? Oh! Bro, creepy crawlers. Oh no, no, it's okay! I want to see, because it sounds vaguely familiar. Creepy crawlers, manly baking. What was it called? Easy Bake Oven. I guess Easy Bake Oven sounds gender neutral just by itself, but of course it had to be bugs. The creepy crawler. I wanted an Easy Bake Oven so bad when I was little. I suppose there's no time like the present to get myself an Easy Bake Oven. How much do they go for? Easy Bake Oven. One more distraction. I'm sorry. Is Easy Bake Oven discontinued? Still available, but the manufacturer has discontinued the previous version that used light. Oh, I want a light bulb. I want a light bulb to cook my snacks. It won't be the same if there's not a light bulb. Just gently heating my cookies. Where do I buy an Easy Bake Oven? Let me purchase it. $41.99. That's not as bad as I thought. Is that a real timer or is that a sticker that just says... I can't tell if that's a real timer or not. It looks like just a sticker. One more distraction. Total distraction. It was only 30% more flammable. Well, I want it to be flammable. That's how you cook your food. It needs to heat up. food mixes are sold separately. Bleh. Bleh. Okay, enough. Maybe that'll be a stream someday. Before I do a real cooking stream, is an easy bake oven stream. Okay, let me just close out all these tabs so I would no longer be distracted. Okay, all good. No more. Two. That's what I'm gonna be doing to my easy bake oven creations, is chewing them. Haha. Ahaha. Ahaha. I wish I'd never said that. I wonder if they ever made easy bake oven pizzas. Or is it all just desserts? Two. Drop. I am. I'm working on it. I am not looking up the easy bake oven pizza. I am not. It was just a question. It was just a question. It was just a thought that popped into my mind. That I was verbalizing and considered Googling, but I did not. I'm pretty sure you can get an air fryer for the same price, but could you get the nostalgia? When did air fryers become a thing? I'm not looking that up. I will not. Air fryers don't have the same nostalgia as an easy bake oven, which I suppose it won't even be the same nostalgia because I never had an easy bake oven, and I don't really think I want the upgraded version. I don't know, but it's all my sisters talk about now. I've heard so much about air fryers recently. But yeah, they're a pretty recent thing, I think. Or at least I haven't heard of them till like within the past 3 years. I think air fryers became a thing, or at least they became a popular thing. Just like boba tea. Remember when bacon was the hit food? Hi, lovely. Oh, hi, Savannah. How are you doing? Why would you want to fry air? I'm interested in trying fried air. If isn't there something called fried water? That's a thing, right? I think I heard that before, and I want to try it. I don't think it would taste particularly good, but I still want to try it. They are pretty snazzy and useful. Good for frying up stuff without making it all greasy and stuff, I think. I've heard so, that they're a good alternative to frying with grease. Very clean. You mean steam? No. I mean fried water. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's a joke. May I'm being trolled. May I've been bamboozled, but I heard of fried water before. How to deep fry water. Yeah, deep fried water is a thing. I'm glad they moved past Keurig instant coffee. Oh, at the very least. I'm cooking some curry, so I won't be able to type for a bit. Raw chicken. Oh, that's okay. Attend to your chicken. Attend to your curry. No, I don't believe that. But I love my air fryer, if that's what you're talking about. Yes, that is what we are talking about. It's literal best. I've heard lots of good things about it. Haven't tried it myself, but I've heard so much. Deep frying water is a thing, but it really shouldn't be, according to this article. OMG, it might be a thing. I said so. For a second, I thought like, maybe I'm being punked. But no, it is indeed deep fried water. That's it. I'm drawing the line here. This is absolutely unacceptable. Intolerable. I will not stand for this any longer. The distraction intensifying. The internet is ruining America. To be fair, I don't know where this trend started. It might not be America. Maybe. Fried water origin. Oh, let me stop. The Americans have gone too far. I've tolerated a lot from you Americans, but this is too far. I say that as an American. As an American, I simply use America to refer to the whole planet like a true patriot. I highly recommend an air fryer, but one with large storage capacity. You can cook things incredibly fast because it does not need it doesn't need preheating. Interesting. Fish and chips in 12 minutes, fried chicken in 16 minutes, a toasted sandwich in 2 minutes. You know what? That does sound kind of nice. That does really sound kind of nice. I will take that into consideration. I am not currently in the market for new kitchen appliances. But now an air fryer does sound pretty nice. Nicer than an easy bake oven. Nicer and more practical than an easy bake oven. Oh no, I'm part of the problem! I'm the biggest problem here. I am the common denominator. What have I done? Oh, that little emote. Isn't that the little DeviantArt emote? The little sad face? I love that sad face. This is more so my fault than anything. It's like a shocked Pikachu. Yeah, but I remember it being very old, that emote. Shocked blue face. I remember seeing it around DeviantArt. Personally, I like the old little Twitch robot. That is also very cute. But yeah, I just have nostalgic memories of that particular little blue face. From my tween years. Auto emotes, sorry. Oh, no, okay, I understand. You were just doing a little happy face and then it automatically converted into into an emote. You mean like emoticons? Yeah, the good old emoticons. A classic. Catface is good too. Catface is timeless. Oh, another nostalgic little emote for me is this little fish face. Sunglasses. Emotes are totally different. Oh, that's a rose, right? Cute. Emoticons are classic, timeless. Could never be replaced by emotes. As much as Big Web may try. The rat! Or mouse, it could be either. Perhaps a rat, because it's got a pointier nose. Kawamoji. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Kawamoji. Kawamoji. I think. I know how it's spelled, just don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, Kawamoji is also very... Kawamoji is forever. Very customizable. Ooh. Don't forget about, hang on. Don't forget about Owo. Can't forget about the Owo. Kitty! Kitty Kawamoji. Very cute. Don't let the cat get a hold of that rat. Miles, you keep your cat away from Falcon's rat. Freddy! Oh dear! Keep that rat safe. Now I have a whole list full of possibilities of potentially bad games to stream. Potentially, according to reviews. Well, I only really know that for the Bugs Life game, that it was apparently very, very bad. The others I don't know. Whether they're shovelware or whether they're actually games in which people put time and effort into to create something genuinely good. We'll have to wait and see. I'm surprised there was never a Friendship is Magic console game. With how big of a success that cartoon was, why not a game on like what would have been a good console at the time? The Wii? No, what year did Friendship is Magic come out? I was in middle school when it came out. I think. Yeah. Then what was the current gaming console at the time? I'm sorry, one more distraction. I'm sorry. My Little Pony. Friendship is Magic. What date? What release? When did it first air? October 10th, 2010. Pretty close to my birthday, actually. Well, that's neat. But okay, what were the gaming consoles in 2010? What was the hip in thing? Also surprising there weren't any MLP or Care Bear games when the shows first aired and got popular. But weren't those shows like in the 80s? Originally? I suppose video games did exist back then, but I suppose it wasn't as big of a thing to make video games based on franchises back then. Well, sometimes. More for like, I don't know. 2010 gaming. 2010 in video games. What were some? There was the Wii, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3. Those were still receiving games. But yeah, why did My Little Pony not get a video game? Weird. Or at least not, Friendship is Magic didn't. Although there was fan-made ones that got ceased and desisted, I suppose. Maybe the demographic was too young for it. Oh yeah, the demographic would have been little babies, little kids. So yeah, maybe they would have considered it like, nah, let's not bother. There were a lot of Looney Tunes and Disney NES and NES games back then. Could have been Ponies and Bears. Yeah, but I guess back in the day, those were considered more for a general audience, like a wider audience. And MLP and Care Bears, or maybe because MLP and Care Bears were aimed for girls, maybe they didn't think it was worthwhile to make video games for girls back in the day. Maybe not the demographic being too young, but the demographic being too girly. Maybe that could have been the reason. That's just a theory. A game theory. But it's very possible. Of course, franchises aren't for just one. Well, the way marketing works, this is from a marketing perspective. I think marketing would have thought, let's not bother making video games for these girly franchises. Girls aren't gonna want to play video games. Girls don't like video games. They like ponies. They like playing with baby dolls. I think that might have been the case. Because when did... Let me think. I guess Barbie... At least there were some Barbie games, that's true. But when did Barbie get her first video game? Is what I'm wondering. 1984. Okay, so there was... If this is the first. But the Commodore 64. Hello, Velzaxic. Hi. There were some Sanrio NES games. I believe it's... I guess Sanrio is more... I don't know. I don't know how this marketing stuff works. How are you today? I'm doing all right. How about yourself? I'm doing very distracted today, but it's a fun type of distraction. I believe there might have been some Sanrio games, but maybe it was different in Japan or something. I don't know. There was also Crystal Ponytail for the Genesis, but I don't know what Crystal Ponytail is. But sounds like something I would be interested in. Crystal's ponytail. I guess kind of inspired. Looks... Oh, it looks kind of cute. Maybe Hasbro just didn't do video games. Wait, Hasbro? Yeah, Hasbro is My Little Pony and Care Bears? Was Care Bears Hasbro? I don't think so. Care Bears... wasn't Mattel either, was it? It's Hallmark. Care Bears is Hallmark, I believe. Yeah, I guess maybe those companies just didn't want to make video games at the time. I don't think. Were there Transformers video games? No, wait, Transformers is Hasbro, right? I think. Oh, let me catch up to chat. I'm so distracted, sorry. Now I'm having flashbacks of all the college guys into My Little Pony and never understood it. Even when I watched it, I never understood the Friendship is Magic craze. I liked My Little Pony Friendship is Magic back in the day, but also I was a middle schooler. And probably also the target demographic. But, I don't know. I don't know how to describe exactly what the craze, what the appeal of it might have been to older fans. I should rewatch it, I think. But the early senior stuff would have been Japan only, I think. That's fair. I suppose they don't do as much oh, this is for girls. Girls like video. I don't know. I don't know how it would have been. I'm good. Just woke up, so still figuring out the world. Okay. have a good wake up. Have a good welcome back to reality. Read that as scenario. Thought it was some sort of unholy Sonic and Mario hybrid. No. That sounds awful. Transformers video game. Transformer video game came out in 1985 for the Commodore 64, so the Barbie game Mattel was before that. I don't know, maybe it's just depended on whether the companies thought it was worth it to make video games or not. This is a strange thing I've gotten myself into. Yeah, I liked My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I have very fond memories of the characters, especially Fluttershy. I related a whole bunch to Fluttershy. Yeah, I suppose I don't have the perspective to explain the appeal. I don't have the perspective of an adult watching My Little Pony for the first time and falling in love with the show. Fluttershy, yeah, Fluttershy. Lots of love for Fluttershy. Me and Pinkie Pie. Yeah, at the time, Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie were my two favorites. But I like them all. But yeah, I can't give you I cannot provide the perspective of an adult. Someone who would have been an adult at the time My Little Pony came out. Friendship is Magic came out. What the appeal would have been for them. I just like the colorful little characters. And they go on fun adventures. And Fluttershy is shy, and I related to that. And I was like, oh, she's me. She's literally me. But with friends. No. No, I just liked Fluttershy a bunch. I'm sorry. I made it too real again. Sorry. I would have thought, given the success of Friendship is Magic, they would have made a video game of it, but I guess, I don't know why it never came about. I know they made the mobile game, which I played for a little bit, and I don't remember much of. A friend of mine called me up on my last birthday and sang the Pinkie Pie birthday song for me with his partner and his daughter over the phone, who's a pony fan. It was really... That's so cute. That's sweet. What was the pink... I can't remember. It's been so long since I've... I really think I want to get into the series again. I kind of like dropped out after Equestria Girls, I think, around when Twilight became a princess. That was about the same time. She became a princess and then the Equestria Girls movie came out, I think. I kind of fell out around that part. But now I want to get into it again. I think the song is called Make a Wish. I can't recall that song. Make a wish. Oh, the cheese sandwich episode. I remember, well, I don't remember the song itself, but I remember the episode with cheese sandwich. Make sure you're not picking up on the sound. I don't want my, Okay. This came out 8 years ago. Oh dear. Oh, I remember now. Make a wish, it's your birthday. Make a wish, it's your birthday party. I remember now. That'd be super cute for a birthday call. That's super sweet. But yeah, the songs I do remember, the Smile song, Art of the Dress, Fluttershy's song when she arrives in the ground, So Many Wonders. I remember that. Oh, apparently they also know the person who does the Norwegian voice for Fluttershy and had her call their daughter at some point to say hello to her from Equestria. That's so sweet. That's so cute. That'd be super cute to get a hello from Fluttershy. How nice. It's been a while since I've had some water. Oh, wrong layer. Did you have any favorite songs from LP? I really do like Pinkie Pie's Smile song. Smile's super cute. Uh, I think that would have been my favorite, but also I guess also Fluttershy's So Many Wonders song. um, every time I ask a question, I think, and I think the answers escape from me. Giggle at the Ghost is cute, but I wouldn't say it's a favorite. Are the dresses real nice? Why can't I remember? Let me just look up a list real quick. Let me just look up a list. She's an evil enchantress and she does evil dance. Oh, the cupcake song! All you have to do is take a cup of flour and add it to the mix. I like the cupcake song. Oh, This Day Aria. How could I have forgotten This Day Aria? This Day Aria is great. This day is going to be perfect. The kind of day of which I dreamed as I was small. A lot of classics, a lot of bangers, a lot of bops. Lots of bops. Those bangin' bops do be slapping. True that. Hush now, quiet now, it's time to lay your sleepy head. Said hush now, quiet now, it's time to go to bed. Lots of slapping, banging, bopping tunes. Okay, so tilt that more up. Okay, so the string shouldn't be as loose as I made it. I don't know why I made it so loose. Because that is not useful for a hat to be so loose on your head. Loose hats are a waste of a hat. Oh, the music died. Hang on. Let me resuscitate. Oh, come on. Clear. There we go. I knew it was gonna happen. I don't know what's going on with that widget now. That it'll just die. Where's the rear bear's other arm? I gave up on it. I was about to get to it now, actually. Her arm is not properly positioned on the fence post in front of her. I'm no good at perspective and foreshortening, which is what I'm trying to do. I gotta relearn the fundamentals of art. Sooner rather than later. But for now, I just want to draw some teddy bears. Care Bears, if you will. Oh. Oh, interesting. So you can just draw a shape and fill it up with the F tool. I did not know such a thing was the case. I wanted to hit the T. Art Fundamental number 12. Learn to draw fruit in a bowl. Perhaps. Drawing fruit in a bowl doesn't sound so bad, actually. Yeah, I just gotta learn perspective and coloring and shading and lots of stuff. And if drawing a bowl of fruit will help me to do so, then that is just what I'll have to do, and I will do it. I'll do whatever it takes to become a better artist. Oh, Art Fundamental number 73. The more distractions, the better. Google is your friend. I will do whatever it takes to become a better artist. And if that means Googling whatever thought pops into my head, then I will do that. That I can do easily. No! No! Saboteur! The best thing you can do is draw nude models from life. Yes! I don't know what that's in reference to Falcon's No or to the drawing nude models. But yeah, I do know about the drawing. It teaches you a lot. Yeah, especially anatomy, which I have to do on my own time, but I am thinking of also streaming drawing non-nude models, non-nude dressed models for art streams where we can all draw together. Many colleges offer it. Ah, okay. I suppose I could look into that too. But yeah, I know a website that like, oh, here are a bunch of pictures of that you can reference to draw from, and it's like, oh, okay. It's what's it called? Line of action. Yeah. I was thinking of, oh, let's draw together, everyone. But of course, it has to be models that are not naked. Can't show that on Twitch. They gotta be clothed. Nude cows, no. Well, actually, it does also offer animals to reference for drawing. This is the website I'm talking about. It just like you can set a timer for how long you want to sketch sketch. Yeah, sketch if you want to. Each different thing. They got figures, nude and clothed. They got animals, probably not clothed. Hands and feet, faces and expressions, and oh, scenes and environments. Yeah, it seems like a useful tool if you don't have access to other things. Closed models might work well too. Or closed models work well too. That website might be an animation-focused website. Live actions of phrase and animation. Oh, okay. It might be. It seems that they focus on the like you said, line of action, but it's usually just still pictures. From what I understand of the hiccup of the website. But yeah, it seems like a neat little tool. I just gotta figure out a way to set it up to where it's on the stream and we can all draw together. Well, anyone who wants to draw can draw along if they so choose to. I thought that would be kind of a neat little thing to do. I especially really need the practice. But if anyone else is in need of practice, I'm here to go through it with ya. Yeah, in animation, we always have to poses to get strong dynamic. Yeah, just you have to always make sure the silhouette. You have to make sure the silhouette's very clear and easily readable, even if you can't see the character itself. If you see the outline, you have to understand. Yeah, that's what's going on. Or at least that's. I'm not very well spoken, but hopefully it gets across the idea I have of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I know a tiny bit of animation, just a small. I have the slightest knowledge of animation. I know these things, kind of. I can't word them, but I know of them. But yeah, lots of focus on the posing to get across a real clear message of what's going on. That I also need help with. Because now that I think of that, this pose isn't very clear, is it? But this is still just a sketch, so it's... Don't worry about that too much. Oh, what time is it? 7:10. Okay, so 10 more minutes of the stream. Yeah, 10 more minutes of streaming. Until Friday, in which I think I'll be playing probably a bug side. 10 more minutes of distractions. Got that right. 10 more minutes of your daily dose of distractions. gotta see if my copy of A Bug's Life on the PlayStation is still functional, and whether or not I can stream it. Well, I could always emulate it, but I would prefer for it to be the real copy. I couldn't do that with Frogger because Frogger was just dead, broken, worthless. No, it just doesn't work anymore. But A Bug's Life might. I don't know. I have A Bug's Life for PS1. So do I. And Frogger. Get rid of it. Burn it. Rid yourself of Frogger. And Frogger 2. Swampy. Frogger 2. What? Wait, do you mean Frogger or you're not talking about A Great Quest, are you? Because when I say Frogger, I'm talking about Frogger, the Great Quest. For a second, you got me thinking Frogger the Great Quest had a sequel. Frogger PS1. Okay, Frogger PS1. When I say Frogger, I mean Frogger the Great Quest, which is awful. Oh, take a look at these scores. The better Frogger. No, oh no, you mean PS1 is the better Frogger. Okay. For a second, I thought you were talking about the Great Quest being the better Frogger, and I was about to get real mad at you. This is Frogger, the Great Quest. This is its legacy. The classic. Okay, Frogger PS1 is the classic Frogger, I suppose. Like, just back to Frogger's roots of crossing the streets, becoming roadkill. That is the better Frogger. That is the Frogger we all know and love. For a second, I really thought you were talking about Frogger, the Great Quest, having a sequel, and I was about to get so upset. Frogger 2, Swampy's Revenge. Yeah, now that's the Frogger I know and love. Well, I wouldn't say love. I like Frogger. Cute! Oh, the turtles! Wait. Is that a girl frog? The girl frog is pink. Is that for this song? Because this song is quite nice. Swampy's Revenge has some wild levels with spaceships and stuff, and it apparently also has a girl frog with pigtails. You can tell she's a girl because she's pink and has hair, just like all female frogs have. Lilypad is the pink frog's name. Lily's a cute name, I'll give him that. Okay, at least there's other colored frogs. Obviously, the cinematic 3D models are kind of scary still framed. You're not wrong. Yeah, I can't fault the game for that. May is better in motion. Better story than Great Quest. I could believe it. I can believe that. The great quest story was Frogger is in a swamp. Frogger does not want to be in a swamp. Frogger seeks out a princess. Seeks out a life of royalty. He gets the princess in the end. The end. Basically, the baby frogs are stolen by Swampy, and you collect them in each level, Swampy being an alligator antagonist. Already so much more drama to this than the Great Quest. There's an objective that you actually want to complete. You want to save those baby frogs. You don't want Frogger to get a girlfriend. He's done nothing to deserve a princess. But those baby frogs, you want to rescue them. That is a noble goal. When will you do Frogger fan art? I don't know. When will I do Frogger fan art? I don't know. Even then, I don't know what in Frogger I would want to make fan art of. I don't want to make fan art of anything that appears on the Do Not Engage list, which is every character. After she plays a good Frogger. You know what? That's fair. Once Frogger has won over my heart with a better game, then perhaps I will be inspired to create art. Will Minnie do Frogger fan art? The crystal ball says, forever and always. The crystal ball is a liar and a scoundrel. Cinnamon bot, how could you? Forever. Forever and ever and ever. Wait a second. Frogger the Great Quest has a PC. I forgot about that. I wonder if I should. I don't know if it'd be worth it to check out the PC port of the Great Quest. That is a wonderful frog. Frog poggers. Froggers, if you will. I'll try and look into if it's any that much different from the PlayStation version to see if it's worth actually checking out the PC version. They should make a hip new a Frogger game called Froggers. They should not. I don't think they'd ever. No, I don't know if they'll ever revive Frogger as a franchise. Let's not do the same game that caused you, and by extension us, so much pain. But that's what you come here for, right? Is the pain? The pain and the suffering? Oh, 17. Oh goodness. Okay. Okay, that was a bonus 2 minutes of distraction that we had there. 12 total minutes of distraction to end off our stream. Okay, close out all these Frogger tabs. What are you doing? Okay. Let me just save the picture. Oh, it's already saved. Okay. I come here to keep you away from distractions. I always fail and to harass your guard more. It's not your fault. It's not you failing. It's me failing myself. You have not failed. You have not failed your self-appointed duties to keep me not from distracting myself. I am the one failing myself. Every stream. Every art stream, mostly. Sometimes the game streams, but mostly the art streams. But yeah, bleh. I always succeed with the harassment, though. You do a great job of that. You always know how to get under Guardmore's skin. But I will be, I hope you won't mind me capping those statements you just made there for, you know, just for posterity's sake. I won't be sending that to a Guardmore. But yeah, I did not pick. I forgot. Yeah, because I fell asleep. That's why. But yeah, okay. I will not fall asleep until my duties are done. Hug. Oh, hug. I've still got to set that up. Goodness, so many things I forget. But thank you for the hug. Thank you for being here at the stream. Oh, how's your curry going? Is your curry ready or still in the process? But yeah, before I go, thank you all so much for the distractions and for the trying to keep me from distractions. But yeah, Minnie with her incredibly soothing voice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've got to get that hug command set up soon because that would be a really cute little command. Thank you for distracting us too. My pleasure. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you. Just thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out, chatting. Maybe we need horse blinders. No! Horse blinders won't keep me from Google. Curry is still in the process. I finished it in the oven. Okay then. I hope your curry will be delicious by the time it's done. Here's... I'm sending... Hang on. Oh wait, no, that's not how it goes. Be delicious. At. There we go. I have sent my command to your curry. But yeah, for now, thank you again. I can't thank you all enough for hanging out with me and chatting and witnessing whatever this was. Crystal ball. Will the curry be delicious? Only if you believe. I believe. That's why I made that command. I am sending my belief, and I'm sending good vibes your curry's way. Okay, but for now, I suppose we should all be heading. I'll send you. Yeah, let me see. Let me see about who we can raid right now. Oh, Pixie's streaming. Pixie's doing some art, so if you... Let's go and watch some more art. Someone who knows what they're doing. Someone who can stay on task. Pixie. We'll head on over to Pixie's stream. Ready to read. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. But yeah, thanks again, all of you. Have a good day or night or dinner time. Whatever time it might be for you. Sweet dreams to you all. And I'll send you on over to Pixie's stream. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay. See you all later. Bye.